We're happy that you were all able to join us. The information that we're going to share with you is not the one that we wanted. The outcome of our conversations with National Beef. At this time, they are still on the schedule for plant closure on April 4th. We had a conversation on conference call this morning, and we've been speaking with them, I think about in a series of 5 or 6 calls in the past 2 weeks. And over the course of that conversation, we shared with them a proposal that we put forward as a local response to their announcement. And those proposals came from the public entities and our local cattle industry to address the 3 issues that they put in front of us as reasons for the closure. And they were the cattle supply, the utility costs, and the regulatory compliance. We were able to put forward something that addressed each one of those items, but in our conference call today, they expressed to us that even with the significant contributions that we put forward to keep the 1,300 jobs and to maintain our cattle industry in Imperial Valley, they still saw this as a non-profitable enterprise. Well, at this time, we're going to have to address the needs of our community. I know that as the county offices, workforce investment is already in contact with the unions and with the employees. The one-stop system in helping them in job placement. We still have to make more inroads into that and to help assistance in stabilizing our economy. It will have a ripple effect, but we will put effort in, and I know that our departments are already engaged in that effort.
On the city end, we certainly are going to look at the impact that National Beef will have on the city, and by that I mean when they're out of the picture and they're not paying, we're not generating revenue from the water and wastewater rates, and obviously there will be an impact on our utility tax. So we're going to be looking at those figures very carefully over the next several weeks. We wanted to bring some conclusion to the well, it's not even a negotiation, the ongoing discussion we've had with National Beef. We wanted to have some resolution to present to all of you and to the public because it's been 3 long weeks. I know people are concerned about what's happening and what's being done. And so we did present our package. We've gone over it several times with National Beef, and they've worked closely with the cattle vendors. And it's just at this point, their decision was still to move forward with the closing. But certainly, the job's not done yet. So I don't want to raise expectations and have false hope for people, but at the same time, we're going to continue to work together and work very hard, whether that's somebody else who's interested in purchasing the plant and we assist them with that transition, or if it's a last-ditch effort in working with National Beef, and those conversations are going to continue. This isn't stopping, or it's not closing the door, so to speak. It's just certainly bringing to conclusion what they had announced, and that was a closure. So the work, I think we're past this point now. We understand they're closing the plant, but we're going to continue to work not just with National Beef, but anybody else who would like to locate at that facility.
Yeah, and I would, from what George just said, is that we would entertain anything to be able to keep National Beef and 1,300 employees occupied. And if it's not National Beef and there's another entity that wants to be productive in our community, then we're going to be available and ready to help bring them in. And I know that these 2 gentlemen, Mr. Desert, Mr. Nava, and Mr. Warden, have that same commitment to continue this effort. We've come to this point, but as George mentioned about the door, it's kind of like on a self-closure. There might be maybe 2 inches left in the gap right now, but we're not done yet.